Hey folks, old Skeeter here. Let me tell you about my Konova K5 I picked up. Very reasonable. I bought the Konova Slider locally. Got a real good deal on it. Very pleased. I'm going to show you how I set up the slider. I'm not saying this is the way you should set it up. I'm just saying this is the way I use it and it works for me. I'm going to be using my Manfrotto 503 HDV fluid head on this slider. Let me show you what I did to it. I'm using the 503 head on the Manfrotto 351 MVB2 aluminum sticks, and that has a 75mm half ball. I want to remove that half ball off the fluid head. Turn the fluid head upside down, and there's 3 screws on the bottom. You want to loosen those screws. Don't take them out, you just want to loosen them. And I loosen them up to about even with the top. Now you want to grab it. Give it a good jerk turn counterclockwise. If that doesn't work, see the nut? Put a wrench on that nut. That'll do the job. Take it off. Right there is where those 3 screws lock in. They're kind of like a little wavy pyramid. That locks them in there. That's so the head don't turn. We won't be doing that on the slider. Now I like to take care of my stuff. So you're putting metal to metal when you put the fluid head on the slider and when you put the half ball on the bottom. So I'm going to make some paper washers that'll stop it from scratching up. And I just use some 20-pound cardstock. All I'm going to do is mark it on the cardstock where the center is. I'm going to take a knife and just cut a square hole. You can cut it round if you want to, but square is easier and it works. Then I'm going to put the half ball on and just draw a circle around it, just the size of the half ball. And I'm going to take my scissors and cut it out. Simple. Now you don't have to do this, but if you're anal like me about your equipment, then this will help stop it from scratching up your slider. I might want to sell it someday, keep it in good shape. I made 2 of these, one for the half ball and one for the fluid head. Now I'm going to attach the fluid head to the slider. I put my paper washer on, then commence screwing Manfrotto 503 head onto the slider. Now you want to tighten up the pan as tight as you can and really give that a good turn. Now, if you got too much tension on your pan, it can come loose, just like it did here. That's because we're not using those 3 screws. And there's really no way that you can get in there and tighten this up. This is the best way of doing this. So you want to loosen your pan. If you loosen your pan, it'll work just fine. Now I'm going to flip over the slider and I'm going to put the paper washer on the half ball and screw the half ball into the slider. Give it a good stiff turn. Now if you want to, you can put a wrench on that nut and give it a real good tighten, but I found I didn't have to. I don't use that. Now I'm ready to put the slider and the head on the sticks. Slip the ball down. Put the handle on the tighten. Now you need to really tighten this tight. If you just tighten it loosely, it will come loose. Put the arm on. A little easier doing that afterwards. Okay, this thing's ready to go. I'll use the bubble in the fluid head to adjust levelness instead of the bubbles in the Konova slider. Hooking up the crank system now. Konova has made this very simple. It's very quick to set this up. Now I need to attach the belt to the fluid head. It's best when you're attaching the crank assembly to keep the belt loose. Once everything is attached, then snug it up. Not too tight. Instead of using the crank handle that came with my Konova K5 Slider, I took a piece of 1/8 inch Kydex and my trusty 4-inch hole saw and made a nice round circle. I added some 3M grit sticky paper that people use to stick down on their treads and on boats and stuff from sliding. I got this idea from a fella on YouTube. I don't want to butcher his name, but I'll have it up here on the screen, and I'll have a link to his video below. The 5-pound iron weight adds mass to the movement of the slider. It makes it nice and smooth. It is really slick. I really like it. I have found one thing, that the knob is not in the center of the crank. So you would think it would be, but it's not. So I have to kind of slide the weight around till it's actually in the center. I can attach it, but I don't really need to do that since I'm not going to be leaning this. I really like how smooth this slides back and forth. I can do it with one hand. It takes a little effort to get it started. Then once it smooths, it just slides right along. So now it's time to take the Canon 7D and mount that on the 503 fluid head. I kind of like to have the pan and tilt loose. Works a lot better for me. And remember, if you got that pan too tight, it can make it come loose off of the slider. I really like this setup. It really works for me. A lot better than my DIY slider that I made. Look how stiff that thing is. That is really stiff on those sticks. Now, after all that setup, this is what it's meant to do. Well, thanks for watching. This be old Skeeter. He be gone.